What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports 2 Hine Show. And the 2022 NFL Draft is this week. It's absolutely crazy. It does not seem like it's draft week at all. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some first-round prospects the Bengals should be looking at for day one of the NFL Draft. And honestly, there are not many people on this list because this is kind of a best player available situation. Honestly, a couple of people on this list might not even be there by the time the Bengals pick at 31. In my opinion, if you've seen my videos before, especially Bengals-wise these past couple weeks, you know that I'm much for trading back rather than staying at 31 if there's nobody great there. So let's look at some of these players here that I think the Bengals should be looking here in round one with the 31st pick overall. First up, we have Clemson corner Andrew Booth Jr., one of the better corners of this draft. And it's interesting. I could see him going in that 22 to 26 range. Wouldn't be shocked if Buffalo were to take him at 25. But, if he's there at 31, I think that's somebody the Bengals have to consider taking. He had 3 interceptions and 5 pass deflections this past season for Clemson. He's a great tackler. He's a much, much, much better tackler than KAIIR ELAM, the cornerback from Florida. So if there's a scenario, if ELAM is there and Andrew Booth Jr. is there, I would probably take the edge towards Booth Jr. because I think he's more of a finished product, and you know what you're kind of getting more with Booth. Elam's going to be good. But Booth, I think he's better right now, and I think it's what the Bengals need. I don't think they need to draft somebody who's going to be good in a couple of years. I think they need somebody who can, play right away and be very good because since this is a championship contending team. But I think Booth Jr. would be a great player for the Bengals to draft at 31. I did mention, Elam just a second ago. KAIIR Elam, the Florida corner, is somebody else I like quite a bit too. He had an interception, 5 pass deflections last season for the Gators in 10 games. He missed a couple games with injury, so, his draft stock may fall just a tad bit to that. He only gave up 18 receptions past season for 165 yards. That's less than 17 yards giving up a game, which is very impressive considering look at the type of talent he's playing, in the SEC. You're playing against, Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Georgia, going up against Pickens, going up against Jameson Williams, some of these, better receivers in the country, and to only give up, 165 yards a whole season is very, very good. But like I said, with KAIIR Elam, his tackling is a little bit of a concern for me. And out of those two corners, I would give that edge to Andrew Booth Jr., the corner from Clemson. A couple other people here. Some of these guys, like I'm saying, might not be available, but one is Georgia defense tackle DEVONTE WYATT. I've seen some mock drafts have WYATT dropping to the Bengals at 31. My philosophy is best player available. And DEVONTE WYATT, if he's available at 31, I almost guarantee you he will be the best player available if he's there at 31. He's a great, great player. I think it'll be, give us much needed, depth at defense tackle. He had 39 tackles this past season, 7 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. He also had a couple of forced fumbles as well for this past season for the Georgia Bulldogs. He was rated 12th in PFF this past season when run grade defense in the 2021 season, which I think is good for us because when you look at it, we're playing against the Browns, who have a very nice running back in Nick Chubb. We're playing against the Steelers, who Harris has potential to be a good running back. We're playing against the Ravens, who obviously we all know loves to run the football. So if we get a guy who's very good against stopping the run, another guy on our defense, I think that'd be, great for us. I'm not sure DEVONTE WYATT will be available with the 31st pick, but if he's there, I'm running up to the podium on the Bengals and taking him in a heartbeat. Somebody else who I'm not sure is going to be available at 31, but I've seen some mock drafts and, some, talks about the Bengals maybe getting him if he's there at 31. And then is Purdue edge rusher George KARLAFTIS. This past season for the Boilermakers, he had 39 tackles, 4 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. He had 2 forced fumbles and 2 fumble recoveries. He's a guy who I think will probably be best player available. And I know edge might not be our top need. You can make a case that edge is probably not even a top 3 need for us. But best teams in the NFL always draft best player available. If Hendrickson or Hubbard goes down, you're looking at your edge group right now, and it takes a significant hit. I think taking KARLAFTIS here with a 31st pick, if he's available, I don't think that would be bad at all. I'm not sure if he would be, but that'd be a great pickup for the Bengals in the first round. And like I said, there's not many players on this list because I am 100% for the Bengals trading back. I don't want to take a reach. I'm only taking best player available. And if these guys are not available at 31, I'm 100% trading back around the Bengals. The last player on this list is obviously going to be Iowa center Tyler Linderbaum. This is a match made in heaven for the Cincinnati Bengals. If this were to happen, there is zero chance, in my opinion. I think the Bengals pass on him if he's there at 31. You know, he was the highest grade player in the country in PFF this past season at 95.4 PFF grade. Not just the highest center, not just the highest offensive lineman, but the highest player grade in the country. That is insane. Clearly, far and away the best interior offensive lineman in this draft. If you have him at center, you can move Ted Karras to left guard. He already played left guard this past season for New England anyway, so it works out. Some people are concerned about his arm size. I think that is so freaking stupid. Like, he has, you know, his size is comparable to Corey Linsley. You know, Corey Linsley is one of the best centers in the NFL, but people, you know, aren't talking about his arm size. I just don't get that at all. But I would love Tyler Linderbaum with the Bengals taking him with the 31st pick overall. Honestly, when you look at the Bengals picking 31st overall, Tyler Linderbaum is the only offensive lineman I'm even looking at round 1. And Tyler Linderbaum is the only offensive player I'm looking at the 31st pick overall, unless somebody drops who absolutely should not be there. Tyler Linderbaum will be the only offensive player I'm even considering if I'm the Bengals at 31. But, you know I did not mention a ton of players like Logan Hall, you know, defense tackle from Houston, Kyler Gordon, the corner from Washington. I know there's several other players I did not mention. But I'm kind of for going to get one of those guys, kind of trading back, getting an extra mid-round pick, and still getting one of those guys. It's not that I don't like those players. I just like the idea of us trading back and get some of those guys and getting some more draft capital as well. And I'll be talking about my day 2 and day 3 picks here for the Bengals in just a day or so. But let me know what you think in the comments about the players I'm really wanting the Bengals to go after in round 1 of the 22 NFL draft. Cannot believe we are just 3 days away from the NFL draft. That about does it for this video. If you're new to the channel or if you've seen the videos before, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time on the Sports Dude Hines Show.